What's up everyone, my name is Mark Hawk and today we're taking a look at the zip mount from Zipper. Now this was originally sent to me back in November, but we originally recorded a lot of the footage, a lot of the unboxing stuff, but then my computer had a power surge right when we were putting together a new computer, and I lost a lot of that footage because I just didn't have it backed up. So the unboxing would have shown that it comes with actually 3 of these guys and an additional 12 4x8mm zip ties. Now, we only have the one available now because I've kind of permanently mounted a few of these zip ties in other areas. I tend to use these as sort of a leash, sort of backup system where I have this zip tied somewhere else. That way, if the GoPro loses suction mount, this will act as a tether, but these can be used to mount it in a variety of places, and that's exactly what I've been using it for. So we'll mount it using this sort of a hex pattern here. You'll notice it has these little 4 areas. This is actually where we'll put in the zip tie, and then we'll do like a cross pattern and get it right on the surface that we need to, so it's pretty flexible in that area. And then if you want little extra security, you have these little notches here, and what that's for is for wrapping a zip tie around it for an additional amount of security. Again, when we're using this as a sort of leash protection, this is super great to have. Again, we can mount it to a lot of different surfaces. We have a sort of curved bottom, that way if it sits on a pole or a pipe, maybe like a roll cage, it'll work out really well. We're probably going to use this as sort of a cheap way to mount a bunch of roll cage mounts in my buddy's new Subaru, who just got a brand new roll cage, so looking forward to that. And it'll fit any GoPro that you have. It's not limited to any GoPro. So we have the GoPro Hero Plus here that just came out, and what you'll do is this little silver side, that's the part that's going to sort of help secure the screw. So we'll just push this in here. It's pretty self-explanatory. It sits in there nice and tight, so you're all good to go. But if you're not someone who uses GoPros like me, like you use a variety of different action cameras, the zip mount will actually accommodate most action cameras provided you have the right adapter. So we'll just take this off here and we'll switch over to using one of rec mounts. Now this is a rec mount that's going from the GoPro to a Sony adapter here, so we'll just secure this in here. Same way we did before, just kind of get it through, line it up, tighten it in. So now that we got that all secured, we can put our camera on there. And now you can see we're good to go. We'll obviously, when you're relying on a flat surface, center balance is good, but when you have this sort of tightened, this stays pretty rock solid. It doesn't really move a lot in wind. It gets pretty tight here, so it can accommodate a bunch of different action cameras. This retails for around $29.99, and for taking so long to get this video up for you guys, I'm actually going to give one lucky commenter in this video, so leave a comment in the section below for a chance to win a pack of the new zip mounts, and we'll send you over 3 zip mounts and a group of zip ties for you to use on your adventures. Now, some of the areas I've been using this is places where I don't really want to use a suction cup or where I don't trust a suction cup. So we took it snowboarding, and I see a lot of snowboarders or even skiers, they'll use a suction cup mount on the bottom of their board, but the problem is that board has a tendency to flex, and you can lose that suction in an instant, and that camera can go away. Now, you can use the zip mount in 2 cases for this. You can actually use the zip mount and put it on your boot and use it as a leash in case you still really want to use that sort of perspective with the suction cup mount. But what I did was I actually mounted it to my boot, and with a little bit of fine adjusting, I can actually put some dampeners and make it really tight underneath the boot. But right now it just gave a really good sense of a sort of velocity and just sort of speed. It was actually really cool. And actually the more useful place we've actually used the zip mount is for racing. Now with a bunch of cars, you have a lot of mesh areas, you have a lot of poles that you can mount the zip mount to very nice. So you can put on the underside of a car, and or you could use it as a leash system. Again, in case like the GoPro suction cup mount fails, you could use this as sort of a backup. But it really does a good job of just sort of adding that sense of sort of velocity and speed to an edit. So it's similar to like when you're mounting to a mountain bike and you actually mount it directly to the bike. It's going to wobble and shake a bit, but if you sort of cut that in with some traditional footage that's a little more stable, when you do cut to those angles, it does feel very fast. So there's definitely a use for this. I do feel the $29.99 is maybe a little much for just 3 of these guys. I would much rather see the price somewhere around $19.99 or $25. Maybe double the zip ties or double the mounts, something to make it a little more enticing. But overall, I find the product, regardless of its price, is a pretty solid thing, and it's a nice universal mount to have in your backpack. So anyway, I'm Mark Hawk. Let us know what you thought of Zipmount, and again, leave your comment in the section field below for a chance to win a pair of Zipmounts. We're going to be announcing the winner on July 30th, let's say, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Anyway, I'm Mark Hawk, and I'll see you guys out there.